Hello KG3 kids, how are you doing? How is everything going on? I hope you are doing great. Today, again together, we will work on a worksheet about letter I, the short E sound and the long I sound. If you remember, we said last time that when we have a short sound of a vowel, it is different than the long sound of the vowel. The long sound of the vowel says its name. For example, of today we are talking about letter I, then the long sound of letter I is I, okay? And the short sound of vowel I is E, as we have learned before, okay? So again, together, what's the short sound of vowel I? The short sound of vowel I is E, E. And what's the long sound of vowel I? The long sound of vowel I is its name, that is I, I. So when you hear I in the middle of the word, that means this is the long sound of the vowel I. Okay? Now again, let's see and do together this worksheet. What do we have to do? We have to read the sentences. Okay? Then we have to circle the words with the vowel I, whether short or long. Then we have to sort them. What do we mean by sort them? It means that we have to put the short E words together in the table and the long I words together. Okay? Are you ready? Put your finger please on number 1. Okay, are we all on number 1? Let's start reading. T, E, Tim. Because remember the short vowel sound is E. Tim. H, A, S, has. A, yellow. If you remember, this is a sight word for color. Yellow. Now look at this word. How many vowels are there in the word? We have 2 vowels, the I and the E. And we have said before that when we have 2 vowels in the same word, the first vowel becomes long and the second vowel is silent. Okay, so what's the sound of vowel I becomes? It becomes I because it says its name. So how do we read this? Do we read it kit? No, because this is not short anymore. This is long because we have another vowel in here. This becomes kite. Kite. Okay, so first of all, let us circle the words with the I vowel and kite. So we circle kite and Tim. Okay, now we have to sort them. Let's look at each word and we have to figure out whether a short E sound or a long I sound. Look at Tim. T, E, M. Tim. You think this is a short E sound or a long I sound? What do you think? Tim. Of course, this is the short E sound. T, E, M. Tim. You can tell this by hearing it and you can tell this by looking at the word. There is only one vowel here. So, together, let's write Tim. Okay, now look at the second word, kite. Kite. Are you hearing a short E sound or a long I sound? Kite. Kite. K-I-T. Kite. What do you think? This is the long I sound. Excellent. Good job. So let's write it here. Okay, and now we go to number 2. Let's start reading. They have I Why did we say I for this, not E? Because if you look in the word, there is another vowel, and when we have 2 vowels in the same word, this becomes long and this is silent. So how do we read this? We read it 9. 9. R-E-D, red. P-I-N-S, pins. Pins. So first, let's circle the I words. We have pins and 9. Okay, now let's look at 9. 9. Now, when you hear 9, are you hearing a short E sound or a long I sound? 9. What do you think? Excellent. This is a long I sound. 9. Let's write it here. 9. Because we are saying I. The I is saying its name. Okay, let's look at the second word. Pins. P-I-N-S. Pins. Are you hearing an E sound or I sound? Pins. Excellent. This is a short E sound. Pins. So let's go ahead and write it here. P-I-N-S. Great job. Pins. Now we go to number 3. Let's start reading together. B-A-D. Bud. And if you have noticed, they have started with a capital letter because this is how we start sentences. Bud. W-I-L. Will. G-E-T. Get. A. P-I-N-K. Pink. K-A-R. Car. And. And. A. Green. B-I-K. Bike. Why did I say I here, not E? What do you think? Why did I say I? Because there is the magic E. And when we have the magic E or any other vowel in the same word, the sound of the first vowel becomes long and this one becomes silent. And what's the long sound of vowel I? It's I, because it's saying its name. Bike. Okay, so first of all, as we are always doing, let's circle the I words. Will, pink, and bike. Okay, now let's look at the words one by one. Will, will. Are you hearing an E sound or an I sound? What do you think? Will. Of course, it's a short E sound, so let's write it here. Will. Okay, now let's go to the next word. Pink. Pink. Are you hearing a short E sound or a long I sound? Pink. Excellent. It's also a short E sound because there's only one vowel in the word. So this makes it short. Let's write pink under short E sound. Pink. Okay. Now let's go to the last one. Bike. Bike. B-I-K. Bike. Are you hearing an E sound or an I sound? Excellent. It's a long I sound. Bike. So let's go ahead and write it under long I. Bike. Okay. So under long I we wrote kite. 9. Bike. If you have noticed, all of them have 2 vowels. Okay. Under short E sound we wrote Tim, pins, will, pink. Again, if you look, there is only the short E. There is no other vowel in the word. Okay? Now, KG3 boys and girls, please, as we are always doing, please bring your dictation notebooks or a blank piece of paper. Let's try to do a dictation for some words that have long I sound or short E sound. So you will have to listen and figure out whether this is a short I or a long I. Go, please bring your dictation notebook and a pencil. Okay, KG3, from the beginning of the line, please, I want you to write Tim, T-I-M, Tim. Please listen carefully and think whether this is a short E sound or a long I sound. Tim. Okay, now on the next line, please, I want you to write pin, P-I-N, pin. Again, listen carefully, please, and try to figure out whether this is a short E or a long I. Pin. Okay. On the next line, please, I want you to write 9. Listen carefully. N-I-N, 9. And remember that when we have a long I, there should be another vowel with it. 9. Okay, now on the next line, please go ahead and write kite, kite, K-I-T, kite. Try to figure out whether this is a long I sound or a short E sound? Kite. Okay, are we done? Let's check them together. What's the first word that we wrote? First we wrote Tim. Let's see how we write Tim. I will write it with a capital T because this is a name. T E Tim. This is how we write Tim, and as you can see, this is a short E. As you can see and as you can hear, Tim. After Tim, we wrote pin. How do we write pin? P E Pin. Again, as you can see and as you can hear, this is a short E sound. Okay, now after pin we wrote 9. Let's see how we write 9. 9. Do you hear a short E sound or a long I sound? 9. Okay, can we stop here? What do you think? Is this 9? No, this is not 9. This is nin. How do we make it 9? We write the magic E or the other vowel that will make this long and this will remain silent. So this is 9. Okay, and the last word we wrote was bike. Again, B, I, K. What do you think? Can we stop here? Is this bike? No, it's not. We have to write the magic E or the other vowel that will make the sound of the letter I, not E. Right? So how did you do in the dictation? Did you do well? I hope you did. Okay, KG3, thanks a lot for watching me and for listening to me today. I will see you tomorrow to do another worksheet. See you tomorrow.